Good afternoon, Stanford. Hope you're having a great day out there. Uh, Thank you for letting me just elaborate a little bit more on the discussion post I made. I mentioned I deal mainly in healthcare administration rather than the clinical side. But in a previous role with a pediatric medical group, I dealt with a little bit of care coordination. And we had a situation with a soon to be young single mom. And, obviously, when going through pregnancy, she was, stressed, overwhelmed, the expected. And, she was guided through, all the way through the due date to make it, as easy as possible. And at some point, I guess her insurance decided they were not going to cover the costs. And they didn't let the patient know until this was after the fact. And they didn't let the patient know. They let us know of the situation. So at that point, I went to the patient and just a phone call to let them know that their insurance was refusing to cover anything for them. And you're talking about pregnancy costs. You're talking about thousands. I mean, it could be 10,000, and it can be astronomical as far as everything that's attached with it. Uh, and so we let her know that we wanted to work with her to figure out what why her insurance was doing this, why they were refusing. We were the medical group that was affiliated with the hospital, and we wanted to make sure that this was corrected. And unfortunately, that conversation, while I tried to help her remain calm, it got into a dangerous territory. It got a bit worrisome. And at one point, I ended up messaging to our division to send someone out just to make sure things stayed safe. Just because the dialogue got a bit scary. And so a crisis person went out there just to be in person. And during that time, then I reached out to the hospital, since we were affiliated. And we brought in some people, some ones above me, to see if we could try and negate that cost, to what we could work out to figure that out. And it took a little bit of work, but through some good collaboration, we were able to negate that cost. And then we could let the crisis counselor know that this is covered. Let the patient know now in person that they're not going to be dealing with this. So that, and we also let the patient know later that we had reported their insurance to the insurance commission for them to investigate them for leaving them in that situation, for refusing to cover one of their own members, and leaving them out to dry like that. That created a terrible situation. So that was a very tough situation that thankfully had a positive resolution. We checked on the patient regularly after that, just to make sure, given, being a single young mom, all the stresses there, just check on her, make sure, she was all right and, had the things she needed. And then, as I said, we reported their insurance for what they did in that situation and how they handled it. And there was a training opportunity, to train anyone that dealt with care coordination, and a little bit of crisis, as far as those, because they don't deal with those situations at all. You don't deal with crisis situations so much in care coordination. It's more, the surgeries and planning appointments and whatnot. You don't deal with that kind of situation generally. So it was a learning situation for that, and an opportunity. But it had a great positive outcome just because of the collaboration and the ability to just work together to figure out how to help this patient, and then make sure that they're going to be okay in the long run, given everything that they were going through. So thank you for letting me just elaborate a little bit more on that, and I hope you guys have a great day out there on the West Coast. Bye.